Welcome to DowerChin.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at a cable. This is StarTech's 1 meter long lightning or 30-pin dock or MicroUSB combo cable. And as you can see from here, it is basically a cable that has 3 types of connectors for your various different devices. So we'll open this up and we'll take a closer look at it and see if there's something that you can take advantage of. Okay, so let's take a look at what we get in the box. Alright, nothing else in here. So there we are. Here's our cable. Okay, so we can see it's in a USB, and by default it's already a micro USB cable, but you see dangling off the sides here you have connectors that convert that micro USB into, say, lightning right here, or the 30-pin dock connector. Alright, so that's what you get inside. Let's hook this up. Let's see how it plays with my other devices. Alright, before we start plugging things into it, I wanted to just take a moment to compare some of the other cables I've had. Now, I have a lot of cables, and being someone that has a lot of different devices, I'll have a number of things that actually use all 3. And so I'll be wandering around carrying stuff like my original dock connector over here, with my lightning connectors and stuff, and this is something I picked up a while ago. This is sort of the same idea, is that this thing has the 3 type of connectors. This is some generic no-name thing that I found. I believe I picked it up in Hong Kong at some point. But you can see here it's got lightning, it's got the micro USB, and it's got the dock connector in here. And I'll tell you, this thing, I mean, it looks like a nice cable, but the lightning connector isn't a certified connector, so this thing never really quite worked. And things you run into with a lot of the generic things you buy is, lightning is definitely a little more on the particular side. And so this one, when it did work a little bit, it only worked on one side versus the other side, and a lot of times it didn't work. Now this was okay, and then this was okay, but this is something that this is one of those kind of things. Buyer beware. It's kind of a generic thing. Your luck will be hit or miss with some of these things. Not the case with this. StarTech is a good company. They got some good stuff, and this I've tried it on multiple devices, and it does work. So we'll go take a look at it right now. We'll start off and we'll plug it into the default micro USB connector. I'll use my good old Apple iPad charger here. I'll plug this in. Put this off to the side so you don't need to see that. And I'll start off with my Nokia 920. Good old standard micro USB connector to charge this guy. And I will get the orientation correct. And it takes a moment for it to kind of figure itself out, but once it does, it will turn itself on. So there you go. So now it's charging. So as you can see with these, they're not removable, so they'll kind of dangle. So something that you may want to, it may or may not be a problem for you, or might not like it, but it's what it is. It kind of dangles off the side here. Not a big problem for me, but something you may want to consider. Now let's go and plug it into something else. We'll use a good old dock connector. Now, obviously, tacking these things on makes the connector kind of longer. So if you had a nice little cradle for something, it may affect the cradle that it's in. But for me, it's not going to really matter. So we'll plug this in to the dock connector inside here. See, no problem. Picks up. It's charging. Got the little lightning thing up there showing that it is charging, which is great. So it works real nice. So you can see kind of how it wraps around. It's a bit long, but that's okay. I didn't really find that much of a problem. You can always put it on a stand, or just lay it flat. That's fine. Well, let's go and take a look at it on my iPad mini. This is the Retina version, and so we'll just yank this one off, put the lightning one on, and we'll plug this in. Yep, no problem there. So you see it's picked up the charge, not a problem. What's nice about this, like I said, is it does work either way. So, not a problem. So it is nice and certified, so it does work on the works in the iPad Airs and the iPad minis with lightning connectors. So it's great. Now once again, it is a bit of a long connector once all said and done, but it's well made. It's good material on it. So Not a lot to say, but it's a great cable. It's something really nice for someone like me who's kind of got multiple devices and transition to different devices. You know, some old stuff that still uses a dock connector, some things have lightning. But then, of course, if you're an Android user or just any other type of user, you can basically fall back on the trusty micro USB. And this cable does work for data transfer too. I'm not showing it here, but it does work for data transfer. There are some cables that only are good for charging, but this is good for data transfer and charging. So there you have it. A look at StarTech's StarTech's micro USB dock and lightning connector cable. If you have any questions about this or any other products that I may have, or questions that I may not answered, please let me know. Send a comment, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.